Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glass City Podcast here at the CMB Production Studios with me, your host, Cowboy Mark. How's everybody doing? Well, slow but sure, we are redoing the studio here. Hopefully, a bunch of you got to see the video that I had done, and I've been posting pics not only on my personal Facebook channel, but of course the Glass City Podcast Facebook channel. And you guys can see kind of what's been going on here. And I'll tell you what, it's been a blast. It's been kind of fun changing over some of the rooms that I've got to accommodate this show. And like I said, I do apologize for missing last week. I had the equipment tore apart to be able to move. And, well, a couple of things kind of got broke too. I dropped a few things that I probably shouldn't have, and had to take care of that before we put the show back on the air. But here we are, again, live. Hopefully everything's coming through loud and clear. You can hear everything going on. And we're still making adjustments. The acoustics in this room are quite different from where I was before. So I'm still playing around with some of my sound and things like that. And hopefully things are coming through loud and clear again like they were before. So I do want to thank everybody for the support that they've been showing and for what we've been doing here. And I really, really do appreciate all the compliments and everything, and everybody checking in and finding out what's going on. So that keeps me inspired, keeps me moving. And that's, why we're doing this, is for inspiration for others to come see live local entertainment here in the city of Toledo and surrounding areas. The bands that are out there play all over the place. I mean, they're literally everywhere. So we're going to try to make sure that as many people know in a different format other than Facebook, other than maybe the news media or newspapers or word of mouth. This is another outlet for them. And then, of course, what I love doing is the live interviews. We've had several from last year. We've had one from this year. We've got several coming up. In fact, the rest of March is pretty much booked out. We're going into April. So if you're in a group or you're an artist, get a hold of me. Get with me. Let's get you on the show. Let's get people to know you. That's a great way for you to touch base with your fans and people that may not know you. And you guys can kind of meet through the Glass City Podcast here. And again, you can get a hold of me through glasscitypodcast@gmail.com. One of these days, I'm going to take the time and type that in, and that way I can flash it on the screen as I'm talking about it, because then you don't have to listen to the audio playback later on. You can just look at it. And of course, it is on the main page there, Glass City Podcast at youtube.com. I've been making the search for this podcast easier so you guys can find it easier, and you can pass it on. You can tell somebody, hey, go watch this on Glass City Podcast. We're going to be there. That's what, it's one of the things that you got to do behind the scenes. I still got to try to get my viewing base up, and that's where you guys come in. I need your help with that. I've mentioned it before. Please share. Please tell people to go to Glass City Podcast and subscribe. If they want to know exactly what's going on, when it's going on, you can turn on the notification bell when you're watching the live stream. Make sure that you hit the like button, and when it's done and over with, share it. Shadow of Darkness, what's happening? That's my buddy Mikey there, and he just popped in for us, so we're going to say hello to him. And again, that's another thing. That's what I like about the live stream. Instead of pre-recording some of this stuff, is I get to chat with you guys as we're going through the screen and through the different updates and stuff like that. I'm making sure my phone's off, because we know in the past that I have forgotten to shut it off and had, issues with it ringing in the background. And we don't want that happening again. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and go on to our updates for the week. We've got a few of them. You guys are doing pretty good at getting me your information, but truth is, I know there are a lot more people out there in groups, in bands, that are playing that aren't getting the information to me. And I know there's a lot of you that know some of those groups and individuals that are playing. Hit them up, ring them up, tell them, hey, get your information into Cowboy there at Glass City Podcast, and so they can put the information out there through the podcast. So I do help you guys, but sometimes I need a little help too in making sure people are aware that we're doing this. Not everybody's in tune with the YouTube side of doing the podcast. A lot of podcasts are audio only. This is considered actually a video vlog, a vlog, or a video podcast, and that's the way I like it. Not that you need to really see my face. I mean, I could do this strictly audio, but what fun's that? Then we can't do all these fancy things that are on the screen that we're working on here. Excuse me. So we're going to bring this right across here. We have a Thursday show that was brought up to me, which is Mike and Jen Unplugged, and we're going to talk about a little bit more about them in a little bit here. But they're going to be at the Toledo Yacht Club here in Toledo, Ohio, from 6 to 9. I don't have a lot of the details for that show. Hopefully, Mike will get back with me, and I can actually maybe do a quick show tomorrow for a little bit more information. But the Toledo Yacht Club here in Toledo, Mike and Jen Unplugged. Now, what's real nice about the Unplugged again? It's laid back, it's comfortable, it's in an atmosphere where you can sit back and talk, and you don't have the loud band behind you with all the amplification and the loud drums. Our drummer's loud, going on. So it's a really great show. I had one of my good friends actually went and seen Mike and Jen. I wasn't able to make it, and he got with me and said it was a phenomenal show. And how did he find out about it? Guess what? Right here on Glass City Podcast. He actually got the notification I was on, and he happened to be in the area with his wife, and so they stopped in and saw Mike and Jen Unplugged. And that's why I like doing it this way. So for Thursday, March 12th, again, Mike and Jen Unplugged, Toledo Yacht Club from 6 to 9. So if you can catch that show, that'll be a great show for everybody to catch there. Let's see. Next one we got. Friday the 13th. Yeah, Friday the 13th. We have one of those here, folks. And, but it's not going to be like all horror, Halloween, Jason chasing after you with a machete type Friday the 13th. No, this is Friday, March the 13th, and it's going to be laid back, fun. Hopefully the weather's going to be good, and we can have a great weekend with Friday the 13th. What I should have done is had some of that music queued up. You know, maybe next time I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that Friday, is have a little inspirational music there in the background, just for shits and giggles. Again, excuse me. I do apologize for a coughing like that, but in my area here, I've had it airing out, but I've been doing some painting, and that new paint feel here is, well, it's getting to me a little bit. I would have had a fan going. I did have a fan going previous to the show to air it out, but if I had the fan going now, it would definitely pick up through the microphones, and we don't want that. That would be annoying. It's kind of like my children sometimes on the weekend when I'm trying to relax. But you didn't hear that from me. But anyhow, let's keep moving right along. Again, Friday the 13th, Mike and Jen Unplugged. Yes, Griffin Hines Farms in Swanton, Ohio. There we go. A little tongue-tied already. Griffin Hines Farm in Swanton, Ohio. They're going to be there from 7 to 10. Again, that's that Unplugged show. Laid back, a lot of fun, great music, great entertainment, a couple of great people. Make sure you stop out and see them if you get a chance. If you're out in the Swanton, or not picking on y'all out there, but a lot of us here in the city parts of the Toledo area, we call that good old Swan-tucky out there. Not sure why. You know, I've been out there. It's pretty nice. It don't remind me anything at all of Kentucky. I've been there too. But anyhow, Mike and Jen Unplugged. Griffin Hines Farm, Swanton, Ohio, from 7 to 10. Now, we have this listing again. If you're not really wanting to go see a live band, or after you've seen a live band, maybe you stopped in early, caught the first couple of sets of their show, and you want to do something a little different, well, go see PBR Karaoke. That's right, PBR Karaoke with Bill and Pam. Dollar Bill. I've talked about him before here on the show. I've known that young man for a long time. He's not young, he's older than me, but that's beside the point. They're going to be at Jordan's Place there in Toledo, Ohio from 9 to 1. That's right. So if you got the urge to kick out a song and have a little fun, a little different, maybe listen to some dance music, hopefully Bill will play that for you. And, well, there's a place to go. PBR Karaoke there at Jordan's Place with Dollar Bill and Pam, and that's going to be from 9 to 1. Now, we got this show in just a little bit ago, Married with Children, is going to be at Dexter's in Maumee. Now, what Phil did not tell me, again, he did this to me last time, which is cool. I'm all right with it, sort of. I'm picking on you, Phil. You know I'm going to. He did not give me a time. So we can make up our own times. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to be there. I'm going to go ahead and say usually those shows are about from 9 to 1, roughly around there. So if you're in the Maumee area, go check out Married with Children there at Dexter's in Maumee, Ohio. So we got Friday the 13th, the lineup again. Mike and Jen Unplugged, Griffin Hines Farms in Swanton, Ohio. PBR Karaoke with Dollar Bill and Pam there at Jordan's Place in Toledo, 9 to 1. And then Married with Children at Dexter's in Maumee, Ohio. And we're just going to throw it out there as 9 to 1. Again, Phil needs to get with me. And or when he sends me this information, he needs to be a little clearer with it. Well, look at that. My youngest son, Junior, has just popped into the chat room here, little MJ. And so, you know, it's like my kids watch the show. It's fun. We are going to, throughout the next few weeks here too as well, on my weekly shows, because we do these after they get home from school, obviously. We're going to have my kids on here, maybe just chat with them a little bit for a lot of fun and different things like that. Just kind of having fun, kind of changing it up. So keep an eye out for that. Well, good afternoon, Phil. How are you? And Phil's another one that's from a great family of YouTubers, and that would be the Scratch community, which my brother-in-arms there at work, Scratchman Drew, he runs a really cool channel. Does feeds all the time, uploads videos with the lottery and stuff like that. So make sure you check him out, and then you'll get to see folks like Phil, who is a part of that group, and it's a lot of great people. It's a great way to meet everybody. Oh, that's right, Phil. You are in New Zealand, so it's morning there. I feel you. See, folks, we've got people from all over checking us out. That's right. Sir Phil here that just stopped in is from New Zealand. You're going to have to send me some pics, Phil, so I can actually, throw those up. I can do them as a photo right here, basically where I show my show dates and stuff like that. That would be awesome. And if you wanted to, you can send them to, I'm going to throw it out there, glasscitypodcast@gmail.com. And I'd love to see the area that you're at, and I think our viewers and our listeners would too. It'd be great. I can do a photo collage if you send them to me, and we can kind of see what it's like down under there. And I'm sure that you've heard all kinds of jokes about that, so we won't go into some of those right now. Well, hello, Magnolia Money. What's up? We are up, and we're doing our show right now. I'm just getting ready to go into our Saturday shows. And thank you all for stopping in. I do appreciate it, and it's a lot of fun. It's hopefully the audio's coming through. Like I said, I had to change a few things when we switched areas, and so I'm still making sure that things are good. Well, I appreciate you stopping in. A minute, 2 minutes, it's awesome. You can always catch the show afterwards, and that's what's cool about it. And then you can block me out if y'all need. So Phil, you're going to do that? Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, send those to glasscitypodcast@gmail.com. The quicker I get them, the quicker that we're going to get them out to our viewers out there that are watching in. So we're going to go ahead and move on here. And again, everybody, I appreciate you stopping in. And we're going to go to the next one. We're going to hit Saturday up here. And let me get this moved over here like that. And here we go. Saturday, March 14th, the day after, of course, Friday the 13th. And again, Friday the 13th ain't going to be that bad. We've got some great shows going on, great entertainment. And so Saturday is going to be just as fun. And starting it off, again, we've got Mike and Jen Unplugged. And where are they going to be at? They're going to be at Sycamore Grove there in Lucky, Ohio from 9 to 1. Another great place. Sycamore Grove's been doing shows for a very long time. Back in the day, I used to play out there and always had a blast. And I'm glad to see that they're still doing that after all these years. So get out there, check them out. Mike and Jen Unplugged. Again, that's that show that it's acoustic, and they are a phenomenal pair of artists. And like I said, I've had people personally tell me that they really, really enjoyed the show. Friends of mine that have seen the podcast and happen to stop in and see them, got to get out and see them. So we have Mike and Jen Unplugged at Sycamore Grove in Lucky, Ohio, again from 9 to 1. So next up, in my opinion, IMO. That's right. Aaron and the guys are going to be at Diggers again here in Toledo from 9 to 1. Now, In My Opinion has been on the show, and I just spoke with Miss Aaron the other day, and we're going to try to get them back on again. We're going to do some updates. We're going to see what's been going on, what they've been doing since the last time they were on the show, and find out what they've got in the works and things like that. So, again, In My Opinion, Aaron's a phenomenal vocalist. I love the way she sings. On my page, under, I think it's local entertainment or something like that, there is an audio track of her doing a song that is in a movie. That's right, folks. You got to check that out. Go to my main page and check that out. It's in there. So what we can do is we'll put another link to it at some point here. That way you guys can find it a little quicker. Again, excuse me. The only bad thing is I keep doing that, or the show would almost be perfect. That maybe I should block out my photo. I'm not sure, but we'll worry about that again later. So now another one we got going on: Heyday of Toledo. That's right. Steve Long and the guys are going to be at Wheelin' on the Rocks. That's right. Heyday of Toledo is at Wheelin' on the Rocks from 9 to 1. Now that's another show that is phenomenal. Great group of entertainers, and they bring you one killer show. They play a little bit of everything. I have personally actually gotten to go out and see them, so I can say firsthand what an awesome show. Very awesome show. And hopefully someday we can actually get those guys on the podcast here. And those of you that haven't had a chance to meet with them or have gone out to see them but couldn't stay long and didn't get a chance to talk to any of the members, well, maybe we can see about getting we can bring them out to you a little bit differently, as well as giving information on where they're going to be and things like that. Now, I have another one that I did not list, and we're gonna bring this up. It's actually on my phone, and this is March 14th as well, which is Saturday, and it's the Pit Stop in Fremont, Ohio. And that is going to be more of your harder alternative music, which is really cool. I believe it or not, I listen to that. And it's a whole lineup of groups that are going to be there. So if you're in the Fremont area and you got nothing going on, stop into Pit Stop and see. We have, I'm trying to see some of these here. Rough Road to Reno. It's, there's all kinds of them actually on here. Some of the graphics on this I can't see very clear on my phone. So actually what I'm going to do, I got this kind of late, but I am going to go ahead and throw the artwork that I got up with this. But if you're looking for something a little different, head out to Fremont. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. And stop in at the Pit Stop and see that show there in Fremont, Ohio. So, from the top again, let's do this. I'm going to keep this thing going just a little bit. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the new studio, the new surroundings, and hopefully we're getting you good video out there, and you guys are enjoying it too. But again, from the top, we've got Mike and Jen Unplugged at Sycamore Grove in Lucky, Ohio, from 9 to 1. In My Opinion, IMO at Diggers Again, Toledo, Ohio, from 9 to 1. And then Heyday of Toledo, Wheeling on the Rocks here in Toledo. Hey, a lot of Toledo's there, from 9 to 1. So that's your Saturday lineup. And don't forget the Pit Stop there in Fremont, Ohio. Yep, thank you very much, Magnolia. I do appreciate that. And I will get with Miss Mary G later on and talk with her. So that's awesome. I appreciate you letting me know what's going on. And I wish you were in Ohio too, because that way, believe it or not, I'd get all of you on the show. One of these days, I'm going to try to get some video feeds going. I know there's different programs that I can incorporate with the one I use, and we could actually sit and have a group video feed, and we can all just sit there and chit chat on one of these nights and just hang out. All right, Phil, I appreciate you stopping in. And again, don't forget to send me those pics, just random ones from your area, things like that. And again, send them to glasscitypodcast@gmail.com. I really, really would appreciate that. Thanks. It would be awesome, wouldn't it, Miss Magnolia? I think that would be a lot of fun. So let's close out a few of these things here like this, and we're going to get rid of that. And look what it's asked me to do. See, that's what I love about live shows. You can see me screw up. You would have thought I would have already had that ready to go, and I wouldn't have done that. So now we got just the plain Glass City podcast banner there next to me. But there's a reason for that, because I kind of wanted to put this up. Again, I've been doing, trying to get things changed up. I want to make them more personal, more one-on-one. Now, what I didn't mention is Sunday. We have a podcast this Sunday, and it's going to be with, you guessed it, Mike and Jen Unplugged. There you go. There's a photo. I did find a few photos of them that I was going to use, but I saw that Mike uses this in a lot of his posts about where they're going to be at and stuff like that. So I decided to go ahead and hopefully he doesn't get mad at me when he sees this, but I captured that. But Mike and Jen are going to be here at Glass City Podcast in the CMB Production Studios Sunday. That's right, Sunday the 15th at about 2 o'clock. So make sure that around 2 o'clock you tune in and turn it up, because we're going to have that wonderful duo in here on the show. And in addition to that, I've asked them to play a few songs. That's right. We had a couple of our other guests in the past here do it, and we got some phenomenal results. And so we're going to do that again with Mike and Jen Unplugged. So make sure you stop in and see that show. And I'll be, don't worry about my, well, welcome to the chat, Miss Jen, and welcome to the show. Looking forward to meeting you, and I'm glad you got a handle on him, because I don't know if I'd be able to anymore. And I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to get you guys in here and listen to some live music. You are, hopefully you got some songs picked out that you're going to rock the place with, because I'm truly looking forward to this. One of the things I've been wanting to do is make sure that we have things set up so we can do, don't tell it. Well, then maybe we should retract your message there, because I think if you go through the playback later on, and it's going to be in there in the live chat if you turn the live chat replay on. So maybe we can omit that a little bit later, and we'll worry about it. We got this though. So anyhow, again, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday, March 15th, Mike and Jen Unplugged here live in the studio, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So that is about it for today. Again, folks, we're going to go ahead and flip this back over for now so you can unfortunately have to look at my mug for the rest of the show. And thank you again, everybody, for the support you are showing Glass City Podcast. Again, this is something I do on my own. I'm going to be the first one to throw it out there. I do not get paid for it. I do not seek endorsements. I don't ask for anything but your support. That's it. That's all I want. Well, thank you, Miss Magnolia. This particular hat is one of my older ones. It's beat up. It has been run around the bush. And I have a collection of them that I wear. I even wear a hat like this to work at the plant that I work at. And pretty much you won't find me without one. That's because I'm actually kind of going bald on the top, so it does hide the shiny spot, especially with a situation like this. With the lighting, the way it's set up, I was doing some test runs with my video, and yeah, it was bright. You guys would have needed sunglasses to keep the glare off from my forehead there. So, but again, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I appreciate the support, but I'm going to ask, the one thing I do ask for is please share. Let your friends know, let your family know, let other artists and musicians know. Including you, Miss Magnolia. If you know people in your area that are musicians or vocalists, have them send me the information. I'll do a whole separate section that includes entertainment outside Ohio. I've mentioned it before. I don't have a problem at all doing that. Like with Sir Phil that popped into the room. He's from New Zealand. So you never know who's going to see it. Maybe somebody in your area is going to pick up our show, and they'll know about the local entertainment there too. Also, if you noticed on my main page, I've been starting to highlight artists with their music. If they have YouTube videos and things like that. Miss Holly Marie, I have a whole section of covers that she's done, and if you go towards the bottom of all the videos that are on there, you can click on that and see Holly Marie and listen to her music. I believe Mississippi Scratcher, I've talked with him. I got to get back with him and find his music. Apparently he's got music out there as well. So we're going to get that and on the show. And again, I'm going to keep building the page with local entertainment. Miss Magnolia, get a hold of him. Let me know. And like I said, I'll do a whole section for out-of-state entertainment. And if they have YouTube channels, send that information as well. We'll put that up there. I have no problem. We'll put links and stuff like that. I'm learning, as old as I am, I'm still learning some of the ins and outs of that. The show for Saturday, is a rap event. Cool. Again, that's awesome. And THC, Toledo Highest Criminal. So that's what THC is, huh? Sure it is, Mikey. But thank you very much for that information. I will preview the video again later, or review the for Friday's show, and make sure I put that right into my listing. I appreciate that, buddy, for bringing that up. So, let's see. Okay, there's some chats going on there. Apparently I missed, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on. And that's my problem with being trying to keep up with. Sometimes you guys type faster than I can read, and I'm trying to keep up with it all. But so, all right. I think she's talking with my boy. He's kind of being yeah, Junior, she did answer that. You're used to seeing my mug? Thanks, Mike. Yeah. Maybe, lucky for you, it's only in passing usually. So we've got that going on there. But all right, folks, we are going to go ahead and wrap this up. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for stopping by, saying hello. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and we'll have that show Friday, and we'll do the rest of those updates. We'll get more information. Mike there gave us more from that show in Fremont that I was talking about. And like I said, I didn't see the message you sent me until just before I was going on the show. to be able to actually get it. But I'll see about trying to get that flyer he had sent. It's really cool looking, and we can throw that up there as well. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for all stopping in, and remember, share, hit the like button, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out. Keep it real. Keep it rocking. You know what I mean? I think you do. All right. Bye, y'all.